You can start.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Please, my humble request, please put on your cameras. Very necessary. Today there's no PDF, so you can just please put on your cameras. Yes, that will be very nice. Now from 2 days, today is the third day. बड़ा तुसी सोच रहे होगे कि ये बुआ कि तू साइंस शुरू कर देती, ये साइंस कि तू शुरू कर देती. But very important. साइंस ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਪੜ ਕੇ ਪੂਰੇ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਤੋਂ ਪੜ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾਲੀ ਉਤਨੀ ਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੱਢੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੈ, which is important for us to know because it concerns the body. It tells us about our body. ਸਾਡੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹੈ. ਔਰ ਅਗਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ ਗਿਆਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਪਾਵਰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ. Where does the power lie? Because everyone has this power. All the tools are there. But ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ ਇਲਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. We do not know. So that is why I'm using a little bit of the science ताकि ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ body ਦੀ ਅਹਿਮੀਅਤ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ. The importance of this body, this mechanism ਜਿਹੜੇ ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੈ ਨਾ, is superb. It's superb. So ਪਹਿਲੇ 2 ਦਿਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ what did I do? Atom. Atom is energy. शरीर भी energy है, शरीर भी atom है. अंदर दे rockets चलाओ, मन दे अंदर चलाओ. We did it. Another part of the body, very, very important, is the DNA. Very important is the DNA. Now, तुसी कहोगे कि what is the DNA? What are DNA? It is a bundle, of DNA which they close together and they form chromosomes. You can say DNA is only a chromosomes. Hone jehde chromosomes hai, we call it the DNA and we call it the RNA. DNA and the RNA. Hun DNA ki hai? DNA de which the chromosomes. We have how many of them? And what are they useful for? These DNAs have chromosomes and these chromosomes are having billions of genes on it. Billions of genes on it. Billions of genes. And kitne chromosomes again? We have total 23 pairs. That means equals to 46. Now why we say pair? क्योंकि जब बच्चा होता है ना, तो उसको 23 pairs आंदे हैं. Pairs क्यों? क्योंकि half is from the mother and half is from the father. One is from the mother, one is from the father. तो देखिए जाए 23 mother, 23 father. So they contain 23 pairs of these chromosomes. On the last jera हैगा, अखीला जरा 23rd वाला हुंदा जरा chromosome हुंदा हैगा. That chromosome consists of, we call it the sex determination. It's called the sex determination. Now, autosomes are the 122 pairs. The last one is called the sex chromosome, which determines the sex. Females are always having XX. Males are having XY. I'm empowering you today to understand this, that females are having XX, males are having XY. If the X and X combine together, they form a female baby. A fetus is born as a female. And if XX is there, that is female. And if X and Y is there, then becomes a male. So, who is responsible for a male or a female? Who is responsible? Is it a woman or a man? It's not a woman. It is the man who is responsible of having a baby boy or a baby girl. These chromosomes containing many, many types of all type of genes. और ये है कितने? Our body is completed of how many? 50 trillion cells. In every cell, there is a nucleus. Nucleus, the under embedded. Inside the nucleus, this is embedded. These chromosomes are embedded. That means you can calculate कि 15 trillion cells having those 50 trillion nucleus. And in those 50 trillion nucleus, there are these chromosomes. The DNAs are there. So our whole body, you can imagine how many of genes are there. How many genes are there? What is the RNA? RNA just translates the DNA, and that information is given again to the whole part of the body. It is given. But jira vi DNA hai, unna geena de vich ki hai? What is there in the genes? They have all the programming and all the information of this physical body. They have all the DNAs have all the information and programming. So we say it is a blueprint of this physical body. It is a blueprint. Now, why am I talking about the DNA? Genes? क्यों? किया जाता है कि ऐसे कहते कि भाई मनु ते sugar है. Yeah, I have some physical problem, or maybe my parents, someone has cancer, and in my genes is there. So I'm going to have it. I'm going to have it, is it. So what happens? We become a victim. We have become a victim to it. क्यों? ਅਸੀਂ सोच लेता कि साढ़े genes ਵਿੱਚ साढ़े parental क्यों? Parents, the expressions goes to the children. They are carried on. How they are carried on? Because of these genes. They are carried on. इस करके कहते parents never die. Parents never die. You will see in the children their expressions of the parents. So when these genes are being carried on, ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਬਣਾ ਲਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ genes they control our life. Why? Because the genes which agar ਸਾਡੇ parents we are carrying a certain type of genes, then ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਜਾਏਗਾ. We are going to have it. So what do we become? We become a victim. And very sad. ਹੋਣਾ ਤੇ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੀ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਤੇ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ. All these diseases, problems which we had. For example, ਗੁੱਸਾ ਵੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਨਾ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਤੇ genes ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਹੈਗਾ, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਸੰਸਕਾਰ ਹੀ ਹੈਗਾ, ਇਹ ਤੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਸ ਤੋਂ ਉਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਚਾਹੇ. So we become a victim. And becoming a victim is a very, very minus point in our life. Becoming a victim is where our energy goes down. Energy goes down. Now, if we want to understand if these DNA, we can understand how it works now. Why am I discussing about the DNA? Because they say that genetic controlling the life of us is now in the present, it is called the epigenetic. From genetic is come to epigenetic. Why epigenetic? Rise above the genes. Epi means rise above. Rise above what? Rise above the genes now. How do we rise? How do we rise? We can only rise if we have the power and become a master. If we have the power and become a master, then we become this epigenetic. Otherwise, we go to the old belief and become a victim. Now, what does this epigenetic mean? What does it say? What does it say? It says that the genes do not control our life. ਅਸੀਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਇਹੀ ਸੋਚੇ ਕਿ controls our life. But genes do not control our life. Balki our genes are controlled by our perception, by our thoughts, by our thinking. Balki our genes are controlled by our perception, by our thoughts. Na ki sade genes control our life. Now, our thoughts don't change the genes. They don't change the genes. Thoughts, perceptions don't change the genes. But the outcome of it, जो उसका outcome से वो बदल जाता है. For example, मैं कहती कि जी मनून sugar है गी, या मेरे अंदर anger है, any one negative thing we have. ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ, ਇਸਦਾ outcome ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੀ ਹੈਗਾ. Epigenetic ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ? Epigenetic ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ perception ਬਦਲ ਗਿਆ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ thoughts ਬਦਲ ਗਏ, outcome ਬਦਲ ਜਾਏਗਾ. Genes ਨਹੀਂ ਬਦਲਣਗੇ, but ਤੁਹਾਡਾ outcome will change. You will not have sugar. You will not have diabetes. You will not have cancer. You will not have any such disease if your perception changes, agar thoda thought process changes, so that means our thoughts, our minds are changing the biology of our body. Our thoughts, our minds are changing the biology of our body. ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ belief system ਸੀ ਕਿ genes are controlling our life, they are not. हाँ, ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਹੈ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਅਗਰ ਗਿਆਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਮੇਰੇ genes ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਨੂੰ sugar ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ because my parents have it and genetically I'm having sugar. So मेरा a belief system comes embedded me. What did I bring it? What perception? That I will have it because I got the genes like this. मेरे genes are मतलब sugar होएगा, तो outcome क्या होएगा? Sugar होएगा. But if I bring in the new perception, I bring in the new belief system, I bring in the thoughts. What are this? ਅਸੀਂ ਜੋ अपनी classes ਵਿੱਚ कर रहे हैं. As we people are changing our thought process, as we are changing our vices into positive energy, changing into our virtues, जिन जिन सारे thought process change होता जाएगा, what happens? Genes उठते ही again, but the outcome of it, we will not have sugar. Where are the thoughts? Where are the thoughts? These thoughts are in the bank. Which bank? मन. सारे मन दे अंदर ये सारे फुरने हैं. सारे belief system, सारे परम पुलेखे, all these are in सारे मन दे अंदर ही है. So where is it? Where is the power? The power is in the mind. I did on the first day na, agar the government अच्छी है, the community will be very good. सारी government की है क्या? The mind. That is the government. And if that government mind उच्चे ख्यालां वाली होवे, virtues नाल भरी होवे, then सारी community केरी है these billions of cells out of which this body is made, because they're all one entity. एक इंसान है. It is a living entity. One cell is one living entity. So 15 trillions of cells are 15 trillion living entities. So these entities are a community. Agar mind is strong, mind is good, government is good, the community will be good. Us community de which each and every cell is having, I told you yesterday also, they are carrying all the system, the digestive, the immune system, the respiratory system, the alimentary system. It is having all the system. It is carrying the immunity also, and it is carrying in the nucleus, this DNA is embedded. और इसी दे अंदर ही, इसी सेल्स दे अंदर ही मन ते मन तो जो स्वरूप है, दोनों चीजें अंदर ही embedded है. So every one cell is an entity, a complete entity. So you can imagine the power. I told you yesterday, 700 watts, 700 trillion watts of electricity is inside our body. We do not know how to trigger it. अगर जो सानू पता लग गया कि असी जीन्स हन, we have always देखिए जे सारे जीन साडे अंदर हन, we know, असी कह सकते हैं कि असी मदर कोलों लिता है या भी असी फादर कोलों लिता है, सानू पता है. पर अगर असी उसको ब्रूड कर लग पई, ओ जी है, होते होना ही है, now तो nothing we can do. So our perception is what? कि होना ही है, सब कुछ होएगा ही. So our genes, the outcome जेरा होएगा ना, will be negative. Disease होएगा ही होएगा. My humble request to all of you, please change your perceptions. Please change your perceptions. If you will change your perception, change your thought process, then what will happen? You will control the genes. You are going to control the genes. जो से पहले सोचे थे कि genes are controlling our life, now we come to the thing that our perceptions are going to control the gene. This is a very big power, very, very big power. That means we can do anything. It shows that we can do anything, but is chida sanu ilm nahi si. So that is why this today was a very important part which I had to take with you, because I've already done with you the endocrine system also. That also endocrine system is according to science. How does it control? It's controlled by the thoughts. Man, the bank ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਛੇ ਥਾਟਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਐਂਡੋਕਰਾਈਨ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਐਂਡੋਕਰਾਈਨ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ I told you yesterday also ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ spiritual glands ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ the pineal and the pituitary gland even Lipscomb keeps on harping on it. This was not discovered very soon. ਅਗਰ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਹੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਦਵਾਈਆਂ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਮਰਦੇ ਪਏ because of the prescription would not have happened. But now we have understood the atoms, we understood the energies, we understood all the power in it, we have already understood the DNA, we have understood all the genes, we have understood our endocrine system. ਸਭ ਸਾਡੇ ਸ਼ਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਸਭ ਦੀ ਪਾਵਰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਸੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੀ ਪਾਵਰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਸੀ ਮਨ ਦੀ the mind. The government has to be very good ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ this community is going to go down the drain. My humble request that I am not taking in detail anything because we have to digest. And my main idea, मेरा main मकसद यही है कि ਅਸੀਂ थोड़े चीज़ों ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਕੇ ताकि ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ power use ਕਰੀਏ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ thought process use ਕਰੇ be very alert ਬੜੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੜੇ ਸੋਚ ਸਮਝ ਕੇ ਸੋਚ ਲੋ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਤੇ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਬਣ ਗਈ Why? Because programming is going on round the clock. Programmings are going round. All the informations are going and they are going from the DNA to the RNA and the RNA gives it to the body to go. It is moving. जितने सारा thoughts ने cut कर देता, output कल different हो जाएगा. जितने सारा thought process, सारी perception negative हो जाएगी, disease आ जाएगी. Because we are not able to overpower the genes. So you can imagine कि कितना वड्डा सानू रब ने एक चीज दित्ती और उसने क्या कुछ भी नहीं करना शरीर ते मैं तुम दे दे सारी चीज अंदर दे देती हैं जेड़ा मन है ना ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹਵਾਲੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ and you can do wonders and miracles ਰੱਬ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸਾਇੰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ every third day every day 1,000 cells die. Every day 1,000 cells die and after 3 days they're again replaced back again they are born again they are born marde te jamde eh honda kinj who is doing this these are the stem cells which jere marde ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਗਾਉਂਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਰਦੇ ਫਿਰ ਨਵੇਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ that is a stem cell. So we say that stem cells, ajkal stem cells ਦੀ ਬੜੀ ਕਥਾ ਵੀ ਚਲਦੀ ਪਈ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ people are using stem cells for conquering all these type of what you say diseases and all to eradicate these diseases. Yes, it is right. Absolutely, they are using the stem cells. But when they're using the stem cell, ਅਗਰ ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ already ਇੱਕ ਉਹ ਮਨ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ 1429 pages had the likhe again manu sambodhan karke there must be a reason why Guru Sahib gave us this book why this holy book was given to us why Guru Granth Sahib was given to us why man we could conquer these scientists we could conquer the scientists ਅਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਤੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਇਤਨੀ ਪਾਵਰ ਹੈ so now you can understand where the power lies is within us. It is within us. And oh power jehda use karan waste to trigger it, we need this knowledge. Sanu ਇਹ knowledge ਥੋੜੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸੋਚੀਏ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਮੂੰਹ ਤੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਕੱਢੀਏ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ blame ਕਿ what we are doing all these things be very careful that you are going to be in a soup now. Be alert. Do not use this power weapon that you have. The power weapon is what? Guru di gal nu manno, laws of nature nu samjho, ude guna nu taro. Jado de guna nu taroge, the laws of nature te chaloge, sare gille shikwe chhod doge. So what will happen? You can change the outcome of your genes. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੋਗਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮੁਕਤ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਰੋਗਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹੀ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੀਣਾ ਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜੀਣ ਦਾ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ yes definitely 20 years back someone did teach me because my parents all being in the diabetes so I said we'll have it she said no you will not have it let's do the cloning let us finish it off at that 20 years back she taught me the tool of love she said because there is no sweetness in life then this diabetes come and when it is carried in the genes and if you bring a strong tool of love you can overcome those things and you can eradicate diabetes in your body this is 20 years back I got it so you can see the power of our thoughts how we can finish off this and become the master over our genes won't you all like to be the master of your genes the karna ki hai siddhi ji gal गुरु साहब ने तो लंबी चौड़ी गल्लां ही नहीं की थी उन्होंने सीधा क्या नाम सिमरन कर खत्म फिनिश्ड सिंपल टूल दे देता नाम सिमरन करो एवरीथिंग फिनिश्ड नाम सिमरन कीता थे सारे गिल्ले शिकवे कीते सारी निंदा खत्म सारे बैड सब एवरीथिंग रिलेशनशिप become beautiful and when relationship become beautiful then what will happen you are going to be full of love you're going to be pouring out of love and when this love is going to flow the whole cells all the 15 trillion cells are full of love so you can imagine the power they're going to control over the genes we can control over the genes so forget this bit that the genes control our life finished this was a research done why because the doctors and all the scientists have now traveled to spirituality and they found a very big part was missing in science and that was the under the khed si jisno si man kehte hain the conscious the unconscious the subconscious and the superconscious ek man like faculty jehda missing ho raha si so now when they have come and now they have found with all the tests that yes we can master over the genes now and not become a victim so I think all will like to use the tools just be a little alert be alert atoms are pata hai energies are pata hai now we know about the endocrine system now we know about the genes we know about the chromosomes why are to be blamed लड़का चाहिए बार बार रोला पांदे लड़का चाहिए लड़का से पैदा करना है या आदमियों ने करना है don't we have the right to pick up our voices it is not we who determine the male or the female it is the gents who determine the male and the female and the woman's going under abortion why because they want a boy so please for heaven's sake my humble request to you that please be very attentive just 4-5 tools again inna nu khali tusi dhyan na karoge life will be beautiful hanji Arvinder ji
there is no science without spirituality. Spirituality has no meaning without science. The two are mutually inclusive, interconnected. And we start our Q&A today. Bhuaji, just like we spoke about the universe and the atom, so like each of us is like a speck of the universe. Whatever is outside is inside of us, whole and complete. So then, therefore, our mind, body, soul, holistically also is one unit. So we cannot separate the body into parts. So whatever physical ailments may be there, suppose on the knee, the cause may be elsewhere, even in the mind. So many validations we have of our science and spirituality being interconnected. And I think beautifully you have conducted the session on endocrine system, where every disease is connected with our thoughts, emotions, and feelings. So we don't need any more validations to say that, yes, science and spirituality are interconnected. So starting with our questions, if there is any question, any query, please feel free to put it in the chat or raise your hand via the Zoom. Now, whatever enters our body, it operates via our cell membrane, right? So our cell membrane, which is semi-permeable, is very, very important because that is where the flow of things come in. So whatever enters our body, like say the three main factors, there are many things. If we consider the three factors that can enter our cell and therefore influence the activity of our genes, is environmental factors, the toxins inside us, and the third most important factor, according to a research paper, is thoughts. So see the power of the thoughts are responsible for the genes. And all the time we thought that we were victims of our genes, but actually we are the creators of our genes. So it is so much power that we have, which lies within us, which needs to be tapped. So Pooja, a little bit more you can say about this, the factors which affect our genetic behavior.
See, when we people are talking about the diseases, okay, science was talking about the diseases जो बाहर की चीज़ें सन, जो test करते सन in the laboratories and all. But पता लग गया क्योंकि they had missed out one part of the body, वो मन सी, उसको miss out कर देता है. हुन मन नो विपर बात. They say there are two science. One is called the Newtonian physics, and the other one is called, there's another science which is called, in which one is without the man and one is with the man. One is with the man and one is without the man. You know, with the man, see, that is, they came into spirituality. Now, study body, the very membrane hai. Just say, for example, you buy a computer, you have a keyboard, you type it, it goes into the computer. You have programmed it. Whatever you program it, then it comes out into the screen. You can see it in the screen. Same thing. Sadi membrane jeri hagi hai, sadi body di jeri membrane, the skin jeri hai, is like a keyboard. It's like a keyboard. And this keyboard, the typing only. Keri typing environment. Mata ji ne ki kita si, sas ne ki kita si, उसने हिंज किता सी, उसने हुंज किता सी, ये जितने भी चमेले बाहर दे हैं, oh, सारे thought process, ये सारियां चीज़ें are being typed on our membrane, is being typed, and this, what happened? It is programmed, and what comes on the screen? What we are doing, what's happening? That's what we are doing. So we have to be very careful that साडा जेरी बाहर दी information जेरी हैगी है. ਇਹ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਰੋਲੇ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਇਫੈਕਟਸ ਥੀਸ ਆਰ ਦ এনवायरमेंट thoughts is an environment these cause and the effect because as they enter into the membrane like the keyboard and it's going to be programmed and when it's programmed it comes onto the screen that is what's going to happen so what we have to be very careful और जरी बात दी जरी environment है कि ना उसनो ठीक करनी है thoughts ने ठीक करनी है absolutely thoughts नो ठीक करनी है अच्छे लेके आने virtues लेके जाके आने कार दे जरी जिन जिन तोड़े चमेले खत्म होने जाएंगे बाहर दे जरी रोले रप्पे कटते जाएंगे तोड़े what will happen कि तोड़ी ये recording अंदर information यही जाएगी हाली information गलत जा रही है that is why diseases are coming जदों साड़ी information ठीक जाएगी from the environment from the thoughts then साडे अंदर the diseases नहीं होंगे असी अरोग हो जाएंगे so they say our body skin is like a keyboard हाँ जी
A question had come in yesterday in the chat box directly, could not ask because of time factor. She asks that we are always sucking energy and we are giving out energy, right? So sometimes socially you come across people whom you don't want to mingle with because unknowingly you are sucking in their energy also. So then how do you tackle such a situation?
See, when you find that now एक thought आया है कि I don't want to meet a person because I am sucking in negative energy. इसका मतलब कि my aura is very weak. I am negative, that's why I'm sucking in the negative. The strength किससे करना सी किसी को change नहीं कर सकता. We have to change ourselves. Strengthen your auras. अपने अंदर दे जितने भी तोड़े अंदर दे एक strength है कि तोड़े अंदर दी energy है उसनो positive करो. This is again the blame game. ना कि भाई ऐसी ते इन्हें negative ले रहे हैं, ले वो negative है, ते we are sucking. Message ते straight out उन्होंने मिल गया. Because you are negative, you are sucking in the negative. So change has to be yours. Bring the change in yourself. Bring the change in yourself. Anji.
So the law of attraction is going to play over here?
Yes, it is a law of attraction. What you give, you're going to get back.
I would like to add, Auntie, it was actually my question. Sat Shri Akal, Auntie.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਦੱਸੋ ਬੱਚੀ ਦੱਸੋ.
Auntie, actually my question was not about a particular person. Sometimes my question was like, sometimes we have to socialize at certain places where we know the energies are not very high, the frequencies, the vibrations are low, as you told us, when we go to clubs, to parties and all. But as we are socializing, we have to go sometimes, even willingly or unwillingly. So like, then how to tackle that situation? Like, you cannot say, I don't want to go there. We go there, we don't even enjoy as such. Okay, we enjoy for a moment, we come back, and then we suddenly feel, okay, I don't really feel connected.
Yes.
But you have to go there.
No. So that is why na Guru Sahib ke kehndे हैं खांदे हैं पींदे हैं हंसते हैं खेलते हैं socialize करते हैं वित्ते ही होवे मुकत ਐਵੇਂ ਥੋੜੀ ਕਿ ਹੈ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਇਤਨੀ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਓ that you go anywhere you're socializing with your husband, your children, you have to gargasti ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੇ ਪਏਗਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਵਾਂਗੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਜੀ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਘਰ ਹੀ ਬੈਠੋ ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਨਵੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਹੋ they are going to ban you people up. You have to go with them. This is life. But then we have got tools. What tools have we got? कि अपने आप नु इतना तुसी तगड़ा कर लो. You people are already learning on these classes and all. You have so many other things you people are learning. अपने आप नु तगड़ा करो. अपनी energy इतनी high करो, इतनी चढ़दी कला विच करो, ताकि whenever you go into this socialized placing and all, you will attract people according to your own thought process. Mark my words. Mark my words. If your energy is high, you will enjoy. You will not enjoy because you're seeing everything, khana pina, sab kuch chalta hai. But you will enjoy because you are attracting those type of like-minded people, and you will have your own group, your own talking. तो जितने आधा घंटा हम आधे घंटे के लिए जाएंगे जी अब मेरे को नहीं जाना है उसे तुसी 4 घंटे लगा के आ जाओगे. Mark my words. पर अपना aura strong करो, अपने आप को strong करो. क्यों? ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫੈਮਲੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ. We cannot cause unpleasantness in the house. That's very nice. जैसे जुझार has said that you have to be like a lotus. निर्लेप हो. बेशक वो ग्रस्त जीवन क्यों क्या है मानव ग्रस्त जीवन ਵਿੱਚ निर्लेप होके रहो. पैसा भी है, गड्डियां भी हैं, सहूलत भी है, बच्चे भी हैं, सोसाइटी भी सब कुछ होंदे होया भी निर्लेप हो. ਉਹ ਤਦ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ એનર્ਜੀ ਬੜੀ ਹਾਈ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋ. It makes no difference you go anywhere. It's not going to touch you. But then you have to work on yourself, not on anyone. You have to work on yourself. And yes, whenever you go, when you are working, and when you go out for a socializing with anyone, then you get your, एक तनु backfeed मिल जाएगा कि yes, am I really working? किथे आके किथे मैं उन्हें नेगेटिविटी इतनी कंज्यूम हो गई या what is the scenario there, how am I feeling with it? These will give you idea, this will give you know how to introspect yourself. Yes, it made no difference. Today I'll give you one very example. Someone told me you have to go for a party. My husband told me you have to go, you cannot say. Oh, so I said, okay, doesn't matter, I will go with you. I went there. And I went there for just for an hour. I sat there for 4 hours. Why I sat there for 4 hours? And I came back and said, I really enjoyed today. Why? Because my cup of tea was what? That's what I wanted. And I got about 25 people around. We all sat down and all were talking. Suddenly people started thinking, pata nahi jhut vich ki ho raha hai? Oh, koi khas gal ho rahi hai? Utte kite 20-25 bande kyun baithe gaye? We had a full group and it considered us for 4 hours. We were there. And we came back so happy. You have to take your responsibility. So this gave me another introspection that yes, I went out, but I enjoyed it. Why? I got all my cup of tea. Law of attraction is working. Hanji. I hope, Priya, you got your answer.
Yeah, Auntie. Thank you.
Hanji.
जी पहुंचे. सुषमा जी अपना सवाल रखो जी.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ
ਜੀ ਸੁਸ਼ਮਾ ਜੀ.
ਭੂਆ ਜੀ ਹੁਣੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਕਿਧਰੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ એનર્ਜੀ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਰੱਖੋ ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਹੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਪਿਓਰ ਸੋਲ ਔਰ ਸਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਪਿਓਰ ਸੋਲ ਹਨ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਜਮੈਂਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਜਜਮੈਂਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਣੀ ਔਰ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਕਰਕੇ ਆ ਜਾਣਾ
देखो टू बी अलर्ट अबाउट द थॉट्स उन जान तो पहले अलर्ट अबाउट द थॉट पहले कमाई तो करके जाइए पहले कमाई करिए पहले मन तो अपना चढ़दी कला विच लेके जाइए ਉਹ ਤੇ ਕਮਾਈ every day ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਾਂਗੇ we have to do every consistently we have to keep on doing
ਹਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਉਤੇ ਜਜਮੈਂਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਨਾ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਵੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਰਾਈਟ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਰਾਈਟ ਹਾਂ
ਉਹ ਤੇ ਆਟੋਮੈਟਿਕਲੀ ਅਗਰ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹੋਗੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਜਜਮੈਂਟ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਹਾਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜਜਮੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ
ਹਾਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜਜਮੈਂਟ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਫਿਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਕਹਾਣੀਆਂ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ
ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਜਜਮੈਂਟ what is ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ non judgmental
non judgmental ਹਾਂਜੀ
is non judgmental ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ is non judgmental ਇਹ ਕਮਾਈ ਤੇ ਕਰੇਗੀ
ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਇੱਕ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਦੋ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਸਮਝਾਓ ਕਿ you give what you give you got ਔਰ ਇੱਕ law of nature ਦਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਸਮਝਾਓ
ਦੇਖੋ what you give you get back ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੋਲੋਗੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਹੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਬੋਲੋਗੇ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੀ ਮਿਲੇ this is the law of attraction what you give to the universe you get it back ਇਹ ਅਟਲ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਨਿਯਮ ਹੈ this is the law of nature this is the law of nature what you give you get back be very careful ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਡਾਊਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ don't think if I'm doubting someone ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਡਾਊਟ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਔਰ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਏਗੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਇੱਕ partiality hai if I'm doing it somewhere that is going to come back to me this is the law of nature and the law of nature is what the law of attraction also what you give to the universe you get it back these are all the laws
sab govind ऐ सोचना है फिर
ਹਾਂਜੀ
और ਥਾਟਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਇਹ ਵਰਬਲੀ ਵੀ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਜਾਏ ਉਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੀ ਥਾਟਸ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ
ਨਹੀਂ ਜੀ ਥਾਟਸ ਅੰਦਰ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਚਲਦੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ
ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ
ਹਾਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ ਆਓ ਜੀ ਚਾਹ ਪੀਓ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਕਹੀਏ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਦੋਂ ਜਾਸੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਜਾਨ ਛੁੱਟੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾਣਾ ਸੀ
ਹਾਂ
ਮਨ ਦੱਸੋ what is important it is hypocrisy ਅੰਦਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੋਲ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਗਾਲਾਂ ਕੱਢਦੇ ਪਏ ਤੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੋਲਾ ਆਓ ਜੀ the thoughts ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਦੇ ਥਾਟਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਇਹੀ ਪਾਪ ਔਰ ਪੁੰਨ ਹੈ
ਇਹੀ ਪਾਪ ਔਰ ਪੁੰਨ ਹੈ ਠੀਕ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਠੀਕ ਬੋਲੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਜੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਐਸੀ ਬੱਚਾ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਜੀ
ਭਗਵਾਨ
ਜੀ ਭਗਵਾਨ ਦਾਸ ਜੀ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਬੁਆ ਜੀ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਬੱਚਾ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ
I have heard of something called genetic engineering. Will you please throw some light on that?
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਨ ਕਿਉਂ ਸਾਇੰਟਿਸਟ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਤੋਂ ਲੱਗ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਲਿਖ ਛੋੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਖਾਲੀ 2-3 ਪੇजेस ਹੀ ਕੱਢਣੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਬਾਤ ਜਿਸ ਇੰਜੀਨੀਅਰਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ genetic engineering ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਹੀ ਹੈ ਅੱਛਾ I'll tell you one thing when I will be doing on the 5th day no 4th-5th day I will be doing you can connect to this engineering genetic engineering
okay Buaji
I'll take out that page I'll give you that will be the genetic engineering I will give it to you on the last day
okay in the meantime also I will also study something and come back to you also thank you thank you
Hanji
yes Bhagwan Daji it's an excellent topic genetic engineering we probably discuss it one day Paji in a very prestigious scientific journal I was reading about the universe where they said that the universe is not immaterial it's not physical it's just basically energy the whole universe is energy so for our understanding for a layman can we say that the universe is like we can divide it into two like the different realms the material part and the energy part can we say that
yes that is why ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਤੇ ਸਰਗੁਣ
yes
ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਤੇ ਸਰਗੁਣ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ so nirgun and sargun are the two parts the physical part again there are also atoms even the energies are also atom everything is all atom all are energies the physical part ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੇ ਉਹ 50 trillions of these atoms and cells, they combined and they make a body, mass बन जाता है. When you bring down the frequency, mass is formed. For example, एक पक्खा on कर दे ते तुसी बड़ा आहिस्ता on कर दे, you can see the wings. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ तेज कर दोगे ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ wings नहीं नजर आएंगे. Why? Because the frequency is gone high, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ fans ਦੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ wings नजर ही नहीं आने. Same thing. The निर्गुण ਜਿਹੜੀ उसकी energy so high जो अंदर है उसकी frequency इतनी high को नजर नहीं आती. पर ਜਿਹੜੀ body हैगी ਜਿਹੜਾ सरगुण हैगा, this is also same energy, but is the frequency इतनी down कर देती जैसे पक्खियां आकर द पक्खन wings नजर आते हैं, body नजर आती. बस this is the difference. But they are the two. Both are energies. Only this has become, the frequency has gone down and this is the frequency is high. Anji.
Ji. When we go for a scan, like say an ultrasound or a MRI or a ECG, EEG, whatever. So basically what is the machine reading? It is reading the energy field within us. So that energy is probably creating some structure on the screen, which the doctor interprets and gives his diagnosis. So again, a validation that we are nothing but energy.
Energy, yes. Because we are energy. For example, ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ kidney hai, bones are there. What are they? They have combined together billions and trillions of them and they formed a mass. That mass can be seen in the X-ray machine. When they put us into the X-ray machine, we can see it. But ਅਸੀਂ ਮਨ ਦੀ X-ray ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ, soul ਦੀ X-ray ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ. This is the difference between the mass and the thing. दोनों चीज़ां energy है, लेकिन खाली ये कि जेरे शरीर है, जेरे सारे organs है, जेरे सारा brain है, all this can be seen. Why? Because they have been compressed. Trillions of cells have been compressed together and they form a mass. And yeah, the frequency is less. अंदर दी जेरी गल है मन दी ओदी ए एनर्जी जेरी नजर नहीं आंदा, ए जेरा निर्गुण हैगा इसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी बहुत हाई इसी करके नजर नहीं आता. So nirgun and sargun, both are energies. It's only according to the frequency. Hanji.
Yes, excellent. What are these scientists or spiritual scientists? Let's call them spiritual scientists. So scientists will view the stars, say through their telescopic eyes and through their gadgets and devices and try to seek answers. Spiritual scientists will also probably sit in meditation and try to seek answers. So both of them are basically seekers. Both are trying to find answers in nature, the hidden laws of nature. So again, so much of similarity between the two. So there is no doubt that science and spirituality have a very strong connect.
Yes, they definitely have a very strong connection. Khali ye hai ki jehde scientists hage na, they don't tell the person to puke out. Spiritual jehde hunde na practices, they tell the person ki apne man de andaru sariyan gallan bahar kaddo, because sari information utthe andar hi hundi hai. Jehdi bahar di information, environment di information hundi, wo sare man vich chali jandi hai. So spirituals one, they take out those information and they try to replace it with good informations. Vikaran te jagah they give you all lovely values and virtues. But a difference between the spiritual and the scientist. They work with the man and the scientists work with the physical body.
Absolutely.
But the connection is very.
So scientists have data to.
Yes, but the scientists that ye hai ki jadoo spiritual wale de scientists have gone towards the spiritual science te chale gaye. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਹੱਡੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਦ ਕਿਉਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਗੋਡਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਦਰਦ ਕਿਉਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਪੇਟ ਤੇ ਦਰਦ ਕਿਉਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਕੈਂਸਰ ਕਿਉਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹੁਣ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ, which they had overlooked. So spiritual doctors go over to the man because the root cause is there. Hanji.
One is backed by data and statistics, and one is just backed by faith.
Yes, that's a faith. Yes, you can say that.
So science is all about learning what something is. spirituality is all about knowing who am I. And as we unravel these more in our next session tomorrow, we end our third session here. Thank you all for joining in. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa.
Vaheguru Ji ki
Vaheguru
Fateh.
Fateh ji,
Ji
Fateh.
Fateh.